So, before we get straight away into the thick of things of today's video, I need to address where I've been for the last 2 months. And I'm sorry for all of you guys who really enjoy these uploads on the second channel, but it's just been very, very difficult keeping up a main channel where I literally work 70-hour work weeks on to keep up and maintain. I initially created the second channel with hopes of just connecting with all of you guys, and I think we've done a good job of doing that, and I'm kind of regretting posting a upload schedule over here. I don't think a channel like this with the intentions that it has needs an upload schedule. I want this place to be a place where I come to enjoy and to enjoy my time with all of you guys. So I'm sorry, but I don't think we can keep that once a week schedule based on our last couple episodes. So we'll move forward from there. Also, as we move forward in today's video, I'm not going to cut or edit this episode whatsoever. I'm going to keep it 100% genuine and real because I think it deserves to be. Because your boy has been going through a little bit of stuff as of recently. Okay, so honestly, it's hard to begin this because I've been debating making this video for a very long time, and I'm sorry because I wanted the next episode back on the second channel to be like a hype one, and I had a plan to do it, but this also came up very, very out of left field. We weren't expecting it, so but I want to keep you guys in the loop over here because I feel like the people over here on the second channel, on the Rave With You channel, are more like diehard fans. They want to know what's happening in my life. And I mean, I was considering posting this on the main channel, like this topic, and that is a really important family member passed away, and it's not a person, it's a dog. I haven't talked a lot about Cali or anything like that on my channel, but my cute little Shih Tzu, Cali, passed away yesterday. She was 14 years old. She was getting close to 15, so the life expectancy of a Shih Tzu is about 16 years. That's like the top cap, so she was kind of making her way up there, but I don't know, it's just really rough. And where I want to go in this episode is just kind of discuss like what happened, because I wanted to keep it really serious and just kind of tell you guys what happened with it all, because I'm still trying to internalize everything. So I already had to make a cut. I tell myself one thing and I can't do it. Typical of your boy. But where I kind of want to go moving forward in today's video is just kind of tell you how it all happened, as well as a little bit more about Cali, because I wanted to post this video not so much as me trying to get off my chest, but more of like a stamp for Cali, because like I feel like she deserves a spot in this world. Like she needs a place to be remembered, and hey, what better place to be remembered on a place where I give blood, sweat, and tears to, right over here on YouTube. So kind of wanted to do this on the main channel, but we'll do it on the second channel. But just to give you a little backstory. So I'm 24 years old. Cali was 14 and 3/4, something close to that. So I got Cali in the 4th grade when I was 10 years old. And I still remember the day when my parents walked through my front door when I came home from school. They're gone for an excuse that they made for us to pick up Cali, because Cali was a very long car ride away to pick up. And they walked in, and my dad had a dog wrapped in his jacket. A cute little tiny thing. It was like seriously, when Cali was a puppy, because Cali, her max weight was 10 pounds. So she was small. She was very, very small. So when she was a baby, my goodness, she was so small. um, but my dad walked in with the puppy, and I was just super, super happy to have a dog because I was asking my parents for it, and so was my brother. So we finally got a dog. And I remember when she was super young, she always had fun with like the goofiest things, which is why I felt like I connected with her. I don't know, connected with her is a good word. It's more like I just had a good time with her, right? The first toy that she like ripped around with when she was literally a baby was a dish rag. She was like having a good time with a small dish rag. It was hilarious. And I still remember that very, very like vividly, so long ago. And I honestly won't forget that. I don't know. I think to sum up Callie, like throughout her whole life, is just a big old sweetheart. She was very submissive. Like she would never bite or bark anyone whatsoever. The first thing that she would do to anyone was like she would run up to you and start licking you. You know what I mean? Like even if a robber with a gun and a face mask walked into my front door, she would walk up, greet them, wag their tail, and probably make that robber walk out the door because they'd feel bad because she was so dang cute. I don't know. But Callie was just that cool of a dog, and we got really, really lucky with Callie. But yeah, Callie honestly has been in my life forever. Since I was 10 years old, that's 14 years. So she's been with me through middle school, high school, and college. And outside of college, she's been with me while I was working full-time YouTube. She has literally been with me for more than half of my life, which is really hard to put in perspective. She's been with me for a very, very long time. And she became a really good friend. I felt a very deep connection with Callie. I feel like she was a really good buddy of mine. But basically, just to summarize Callie, just because you guys haven't met her or anything like that, she was a great dog. She was like fantastic. She was a buddy. She would always be by your side. I feel like I believe it was between like middle school through my last couple years of college, she slept with me in my bed every single night. Like we were very close, like buddy. Callie was my best buddy. But yeah, of course, whenever it comes to life and pets, there's obviously always an ending point. I remember finding Callie's very first gray hair when she was like 7 years old. I was like, dang, you're getting kind of old, aren't you, Callie? But they just grow way faster than you. And that's just how it goes. And it's sad, but you just got to cherish the love that they give you. But to kind of fast forward, I would guess, to her later stages of her life, I would say like 2-ish months ago, she started getting a bit more slow. And we kind of anticipated that. We were kind of getting ready for it, right? When a dog gets into her teens, you kind of got to get ready for that. But it was kind of sad to see it because Callie's a small little dog, but she would always be like super playful, and she could hop up on the couch really easily. And I mean, when you take a look at a couch, it doesn't look that high, but for a dog that's 10 pounds, that's like twice her size. She's got to have some mean hops to get up there. But nearing towards like this last like 3 months, like 3 months ago, like she couldn't hop up on the couch anymore. So like we kind of understood something started to get a little bit wrong, or we knew she was starting to slow down a little bit. So we kind of put up with that. We would like carry her up the couch when she wanted to lay down with us and stuff like that. But where it really started to become a problem was when like she stopped eating and she stopped eating her food. So it wasn't a big deal because she's been eating the same food for her whole life. So we just kind of took it as a thing where, yeah, she's slowing down. Maybe she just wants better food because she's getting a little bit more finicky. So we start cooking her own food. But then I would say fast forward another 2 months and she stopped eating like altogether. Like we literally had to force feed her. And it wasn't even like force feeding. It was like there's a big progression where we had to like give her stuff that we thought she would really enjoy. So like we start with chicken. So we started cooking like chicken breasts for her, and like she would eat it for a while, but then she would get sick of it, or she wouldn't like it, or she refused to eat it. So then we had to move to a different kind of something. So then we cooked her like eggs with rice, and then she got quickly sick of that. And then we had to switch to like red meats. So we started cooking her hamburger. And I mean, what dog doesn't like eating hamburger, right? So she ate that for a long time, but then eventually stopped enjoying hamburger. So it's like, after a while, we started getting really worried because she started losing a good amount of weight. Her idle weight was like 10 pounds, but then at her lowest, like before we put her down, was like 8.2, which is like a lot of weight loss for such a small dog. You could feel like her backbone, you could feel like her hip bones and stuff like that. It was just hard to kind of like see. And then we kind of were starting to come to the realization that she was getting really close, right? Because like even if she enjoyed like a bit of food, like maybe on a good day, she would eat some hamburger and stuff like that. But then shortly after, she would just like throw up. And she couldn't keep anything down. I mean, like, it's not even that. It's like the eating thing is important. But like with Shih Tzu breeds, they have like a weird defect with their nose because it's so pushed in. Like they have a very small nose canal where at an later stage in their life, they start getting a collapse of their septum because it's so small, and they have a very hard time breathing. And Cali has had a very hard time breathing in the past, like even years before she passed away. She would have these fits, especially in the cold when it was windy, because I live in Wisconsin. We have the seasons, so it snows. But she'll like do this like snorting thing where it's almost like an asthma attack. If you guys have that, where she literally can't breathe and you have to calm her down. You have to pick her up. You have to calm her down and pet her and make sure she like just kind of breathe with her. Make sure she stays calm and just catches her breath. But on like the second to last night, when we were kind of getting close and we were coming to the realization that we need to put her down, like she had this weird fit that was like very uncanny of what we've seen before, where we took her outside and she went pee, but she seemed normal, right? She like was acting like a young pup, but then when she came in, she started doing that attack thing, but it lasted way longer than what she's ever done before. Like she was like fighting for her breath for like 30 minutes. Like she literally couldn't breathe, or she had a hard time breathing for like 30 to 45 minutes. And I was holding her, just trying to like calm her down, and she wouldn't calm down. It was super tricky. It's just hard to see her like that. And that's when, because we are already kind of talking about making that decision. So that's when we kind of pulled the trigger, because it's not even December. It hasn't even snowed yet. So as soon as it gets a bit colder, she's going to have an even harder time. And the last thing I want is Cali to die from not being able to breathe, right? So that night when she had that big attack, we decided to just make the decision. The next day we're going to put her down. Because she's not eating. She's laying around, not doing anything. She's having a hard time seeing. Whenever she goes outside, she has sometimes I should say, she has a small attack, but she's losing weight at the ounces because she's so small. But she's losing a lot of weight. It's like there's a point where with a dog you have to determine whether the quality of life is something that is waning. Are you holding on to a dog because of your own self-interests, or are you holding on to the dog because you want to keep them around longer? And I mean, any dog owner wants to keep their dog along, like as long as they want, like as long as they can. But it's like when a dog stops eating, that's like the main sign when they're saying that they need to go away or things are starting to be weird with them, you know? Like one of the major things about a dog, one of the things that they really enjoy is eating. And if they stop doing that, it's like they start losing weight because they refuse to eat. That's like a sign. That's them telling you it's like they're starting to kind of get there, or it's them not literally being able to eat because they know they're going to throw it up, because Cali literally threw up like twice a day. So towards like the last couple of days, the only thing we could really feed her was bread. We could only feed her toast with a tiny bit of butter on it, because if we didn't butter it, she wouldn't eat it. She was super picky. But we had to feed her something in order to like keep her going. So we would feed her toast and stuff like that, but then eventually she would like not even eat that. It was like the last tier. Like she didn't eat her food. She didn't eat her like food wetted, which dogs really like a lot of the time. She didn't eat human food. She didn't eat eggs. She didn't eat chicken. She didn't eat anything. The only thing she would ever eat was toast. And then she stopped eating that. So it's like there's something that we have, like she's telling us she's close, so we pulled the trigger, basically. We wanted to make sure, like, before she would start, like, really declining, as well as, like, we didn't want her to die from not being able to breathe from, like, an attack, which she has very regularly, especially in the cold, because we're just getting into December. Like, there's no way she would have made it into December. So we decided, and the next day, we called the person because of COVID to come to the house and put her down. So it was a very hard night. But fast forward to the next day, I woke up and I had a hard, like, weird thing that I was, like, going through where I didn't know if I should, like, spend time with her because I was sad because I knew it was coming, or I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of stayed away for a little bit. I just woke up in my basement and kind of got close to it. I was working on the video, and I remember the video I posted that day, which is on the main channel. I don't remember. I think it was the bounty map, something like that. It's called This Was Hard. It's very fitting for the day. But I was kind of just trying to distract myself working on that video, and then about an hour and a half before the scheduled time, because she was going to be put down at 1:30, I walked upstairs and just kind of got myself ready. My mom Lysol'd the house to kind of clean it because there was someone coming, And while she was lysoling the house, I took Cali into my bedroom because you don't want a dog sniffing in Lysol. Like, that's not good for her. And I just put her on my bed and I knelt down and looked her in the eyes and started crying. And the first thing she did was lick my eyes. She like licked away my tears, which was like, I don't know. So I guess that was like my way of saying goodbye to her, and she, like, I hope that was her way of telling me like that was okay. Like, she was trying to like console me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how dogs think. I'm a human, dang it. So when the doctor came at 1:30, I already made up my mind a few days ago, and I told my parents about it as well, that I wanted to hold her. I wanted to hold Cali as she was being put down, so she could like kind of sleep away very peacefully in my arms. So I did that, and so the way it went is I was holding her, I was sitting on my couch, and the way they do it is they first give like the dog a sedative, so it puts them to sleep so they don't feel anything whatsoever. It's not like the actual sleep, like you don't put them to rest right away. You just give them a drug where they can fall into a very deep sleep and they can just kind of drift away. And I was holding her and they gave it to Cali, and she just kind of slowly kind of like leaned over and kind of laid down in my arms. And she just like, it took her like 10-15 minutes before she was like super asleep before the actual drug to put her to bed. But I feel like I won't forget that whole moment waiting for her to go to bed. It's like slowly watching her get more and more sleepy. And then putting the IV in her little paw when she was really sleepy, and then eventually putting her to sleep. And I didn't know when she passed away. And the doctor said, "Your little dog is an angel now looking over you." I was just holding her in my arms, and it's just still fresh right now, so it's still all very fresh. I'm still trying to internalize everything and kind of take it all in and experience it all. Because like I said before, I haven't really dealt with loss at all. And Cali has literally been in my life, half of my life. I don't remember anything after, like, or I should say before her, when I was 10 in the 4th grade. So Cali has like literally been a part of my life since I have been like aware and like growing up. So saying goodbye was definitely very, very difficult. But yeah, guys, still kind of dealing with it right now. But I'm thankful for the experience as well as what Cali gave me through my life. She's been a really good friend. But yeah, everyone, that's the story. That's what's been going on. I didn't want to do this on the main channel because I would be sobbing on the main channel. I felt like it wouldn't be a good look or anything like that, but just try to keep in mind moving forward. I might be a little bit down and stuff like that in streams and stuff. And man, it's just going to be a while. Like, it's going to probably be about a month or two, like dealing with all this. So hope you guys are all right with that. But yeah, thanks for all the love and support that you guys send me. It really means a lot with this kind of stuff. But truly, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to leave it at that note. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.